Well, this past Sunday, a new historic marker was unveiled, one of the oldest Presbyterian congregations in the upstate. As you can imagine, Duncan Creek Presbyterian has quite the history. So we have Dianne Culbertson here, a Lawrence County 250 member. Welcome, it's good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
This must have been quite the unveiling, too. Organized in 1763, this church's history includes connections to early Scots, Irish settlers, and the Revolutionary War. Talk about those early days of the church.
Well, they started meeting there in the early 1750s, and the church was actually organized in 1763. But they started out in a log church, later on progressed to a wood church. Both of those burned, so they decided to do a stone church in 1842.
Very good. And the church's namesake, Creek, was named for John Duncan of Aberdeen, Scotland. And 16 members of the church served in the Revolutionary War, right?
That's right.
What do we know about them?
Well, so many of them are buried in the cemetery there. The Adairs, the Copelands, the Hollands. One battle at Hammond's store, they went by there and briefly met up there at the Duncan's Creek area. They had a whole company from that church that fought in the Revolution, and it was a bloody battle. It was really a civil war.
And to have, to trace all these documents, this is something sacred. It's something we want to keep and remember. With all the fascinating history, it makes sense that Lawrence County is offering a whole Revolutionary War driving tour these days. And there are some special places on that map, right? Talk about that.
There are. We have 14 sites that are important to the Revolution. 5 are battle sites. Fort Lindley, Hammond's Old Store. Hammond's Old Store was really important. It was 2 weeks before Cowpens, which was a turning point in the war. And because they won that, it brought more patriots to fight at Cowpens. So it was really important.
And the Lawrence County Museum is the headquarters for all this information, where people want to come and get these tours. And it's special to be able to research it all. And you're passionate because you want to encourage everybody to learn about the history as we prepare to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, right?
That's right. That's right.
Your organization is working on what?
Yes. Next year, July 4th, 2026, will be 250 years from the signing of the American Declaration of Independence. Carolina Day, though, starts on June 28th, so the whole state will be doing that. Charleston fended off the British Army on June 28th, 1776. But we'll all be celebrating our own history and our own sites the whole week before July 4th next year.
Excellent. Well, for people who are part of this church, that must have been really special for the unveiling to happen. Were there stories shared? What can the person at home know about how special that was?
There were a number of the members who shared the history. Sue Adair, who's the widow of Phil Adair, who's a descendant, and loved the history there, and we all loved him. She spoke about the history.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful to hear from those people about it. And the Reverend Coddington gave a wonderful invocation, and he gave words of wisdom before we started. So it's a special place of worship.
And for the people whose last names, these families still thrive there, it's important for this history to be passed along. Anything else about that? I mean, we need to go out of our way and go on tours, read the placards. This history is there for us.
Absolutely. And they said yesterday they've had people from Spain, from England, from Ireland come to their cemetery to see their ancestors. People are tracing their family, and they will be here in South Carolina next year for this Revolutionary War celebration.
And all at the center of Lawrence County. I mean, really, that's where all the action was.
Yeah, it really was. We had so many people who fought in that war, and we need to tell our stories so that people can be proud of where we come from and be thankful for what they did.
Very good. Any other stories or takeaways about what we should understand about Lawrence County being such the center of all this?
Well, we have a committee who's worked really hard to make this happen. We are excited about it. Just come on out and see us. 2 websites, LawrenceCounty250.com and SouthCarolina250.com can give you lots more information. Also, adair/holland.com. Lisa Bose has done that herself, and it's wonderful on Duncan Creek.
Well, an excellent history to keep researching, Dianne. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we can learn more about Duncan Creek Presbyterian and the Sester Centennial online. There is a link on accesscarolina.com.